So you're just starting off in UX and you're going to be putting your portfolio together, but you don't know where to start. That's okay, we've all been there, and it's a very overwhelming process. There are so many examples out there, but it can be hard to interpret when it's your first time putting yours together. Hi, what's up? I'm Gemma and I'm a senior UX UI designer who shares tips about UX for free. If that's something you're interested in, then why don't you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. So let's talk about 5 killer portfolio tips for UX and product designers. Number 1, set yourself apart from other designers. What makes you unique as a UX designer, and what sets yourself apart from other designers? Tell us what you're passionate about, because when it comes to applying for jobs, you need to stand out against other designers. So don't just explain that you're a product designer based in a certain city. Go into a little bit more detail. Are you passionate about inclusive design, or are you passionate about making kick-ass digital products? Be memorable and stand out from the crowd. Number 2, make your portfolio easy to navigate. Now, this is a common mistake that I see in a lot of designers' portfolios. It's a nightmare to navigate and I can't seem to find their case studies or workers they produce because their portfolio is full of funky animations. This is not really the best example of UX. You need to remember that you're a user experience designer, and if your own website is not easy to navigate, then you're pretty much telling me that you don't really care about the user experience. And this goes on to my next point, which is case studies. Put your case studies on your home page. And make sure your first case study is your best case study. The reason why I say this is because when most recruiters are viewing your portfolio, they don't really spend a lot of time browsing your site. They're going to want to find the case studies really easy and just get into the portfolio and just check out your process. Just remember, they're looking at multiple portfolios at once, so the easier yours is to navigate, the more information they're going to get on you. Number 4, market yourself correctly. Again, this is another common mistake that I find in UX designers' portfolios, is that they will sometimes market themselves as a UX and UI designer, and then they show no evidence that they're actually a UI designer. Now, this is a big no-no when it comes to marketing yourself. Try not to add in buzzwords and just make sure that your portfolio reflects you as a person and you as a designer. If you just add in buzzwords for the sake of it, this will come through in your portfolio and you won't be invited for an interview. So please don't do it. And I'd just like to add in here that there is nothing wrong with just being a UX designer if you don't have the UI skill. You don't have to be a UI designer and a UX designer. You can just be a UX designer working out the process and everything else that comes with UX. But if you want to be a UX and UI designer, then your portfolio really needs to reflect the both processes. So I would like to see your UX side and your UI side. Just make sure your portfolio backs you up as a designer. And number 5, be yourself. Your portfolio should be you and reflect your personality. Don't try and copy someone else's, because if you're lucky enough to be invited for an interview and your personality doesn't reflect what you sold yourself in your portfolio, it will definitely show and set off alarm bells to that company. Be honest and present yourself. Your portfolio is a way for recruiters and companies to get to know you. Let them know your process and what really gets you going as a designer. Just sell them you and why they should hire you. And that's it. That's my 5 killer UX portfolio tips. I recently did a live stream on this topic over on my Superpeer, where I reviewed designers' portfolios. There's a link in the description if you would like to check that out, and maybe some of the feedback will be relevant to you. I also offer one-on-one mentoring sessions. There'll be a link in the description where you'll be able to book a one-on-one session with me. Unfortunately, this is not a free service because you'll get my sole attention, but I've made it as cheap as possible to make it accessible to as many as I possibly can. And last but not least, if you like this type of content, why not like and subscribe? Turn on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. If you want to follow me over on Instagram, you can do so here. And until next time, bye!